We live as we dream, alone. While the dream disappears, the life continues painfully. If anybody had ever struggled with a soul, I am the man. I've gone so far that I don't know how I'll ever get back. And if so, I'll not be the same.
Our mission is finding a planet suitable for the gene pool on board this ship. I will be there for you if you need information on how to handle this endeavor and lead us to great success. You can always deactivate my guidance in the menu interface, but as far as my experience with human intelligence goes, I highly recommend listening to me if this is your first Genesis mission. New captain promoted. Welcome to the shipbuilding interface. Here you build and upgrade our ship. In our cloning laboratories, new clones can be created and added to the crew. We are also able to combine human DNA with DNA we collect in outer space. Once you arrive on the surface, please look out for points of interest and ensure safety for our harvesting crew.
More or less, that was everything we wanted to show you about vaulting and climbing. As we've said before, it's nothing special. It's just a feature that'll keep you focused on the gameplay instead of going crazy trying to get through a door. Furthermore, there are a lot of questions about the release date and if there will be a testing phase or not. The game has entered the first closed pre-alpha testing phase. We have a squad of badass US Marines testing the game as we speak. Thank you for watching, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and our development blog at www.scumgame.com to find out more about things that will follow the first testing phase. Ooh-ah! By the way, did you notice this little cool thing that we did in the background? Watch closer. When the player is in third-person perspective and is standing behind an obstacle that obstructs his character's vision, all the things in the background are blurred out. We use depth of field to reduce the advantage of third-person perspective over first-person perspective. The best thing is that it wasn't entirely our idea. It actually came from the Steam community pages, and we thought it would be great to have it in the game. It still has to be tested though, but how cool is that? The game hasn't even been released yet, and we've already implemented some features requested by our community. That's you. Love you guys. You're great. Until next time, dick out for Scum.
Am I really doing this? Moving so far away from civilization to be the man who will turn the tide of war when everything else fails. Millions of lives are at stake. And I have to save them, finish my work, break the code before it breaks me. Time is not on my side. Determination means everything now. For too long I've been misled, but the answer was there, right in front of me.
This was supposed to be easy. Just track her down again and bring her home. I had no idea how wrong I was, and how far I would really have to go.
Search for the missing girl continues in the
Please, tell me that she's safe.
Your hysterics aren't helping. Stop calling me.
That was a vertical slice of some of our gameplay. Now we're going to show you a condensed version of how the rest of the match plays out.
survivors can actually fight back with weapons. So being the killer means you need to be smart and creative with how you attack your victims. One of the best ways to do this is with Predator mode. This lets the killer unspawn and turn invisible at any time. The killer can then move extremely fast, completely invisible to the other players, and use this to plan the perfect ambush or toy with the survivors. To spawn in or out, the killer has to be out of sight, or use the environment as a spawn point. There's a couple of survivors now. It looks like Chad and Troy. They might actually have weapons already, so it could be risky to try and attack two people head on. What I'll do is unspawn and look before I plan my attack. First, I'll place a trap here. Last year's build with different environmental spots, like this trapdoor, that the killer can use to separate survivors from one another. Now I'm going to actually use that skylight up there as my spawn point. Now that I've trapped him, I'm going to go in for the kill. We hope you enjoyed this preview of
Scavengers is a survival shooter co-opetition where teams of players compete while engaging in PvE combat. It takes place in a not-so-distant future in a winterized world where a cataclysmic event has led to this sort of new ice age, and then you have this mysterious disease that's been spreading through the world, infecting all life across the planet. The challenge that we have as an art team is to define that intersection of beauty and dystopia. And we're trying to have a lot of down moments in the game. We're pacing it like a thriller.
We also have AI in an open big world that we have to fight and work together as a team to overcome. So it's a mix between PvP and PvE.
To be able to merge these two types of conflict and have them remain in balance with one another is probably our biggest challenge, but it's also the thing that gets me most stoked about the game.
Heretic! God judged you, and I am your executioner.
What's that? It comes from the rats. Don't touch it.
The Inquisitor will give us a reward if we catch the whole family.
Get him up! Get him up!
I don't like this.
Hey, what's that noise?
Because...
Oh, no. Amicia! Stay close to me! I think we're in that room! Sugar, no!
I've come so far. I'm not turning back.
In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Lara is hunting Trinity, the organization responsible for her father's death. Lara was really defined by her relationship with her father from the first two games. In Tomb Raider 2013, she was trying to prove that her father was wrong and believing in all these myths. At the end of 2013, she realized her father had been right about all these things. In Rise of the Tomb Raider, she's trying to restore the reputation of her family name. At the end of Rise of the Tomb Raider, she's going off on her own, stepping out of her father's footsteps. But she's also realizing that choices have consequences, and she thinks she knows what's going on with Trinity, but she has this obsessive side that she tends to leap before she looks, and this is getting her into trouble, and this is what she needs to kind of get over and address in this story. Lara inadvertently starts a Maya apocalypse by taking a relic that Trinity's after. She thinks that if Trinity wants it and she gets it first, that's a good thing. But what it does is starts a chain reaction of a series of cataclysms that will end with the death of the sun. And that's what she's trying to stop in this game.
It's dead. And I already know it's a bad idea.
These tats are dead symbols of a dead man! Dead symbols of the lost! Get off me! The bitches! Biker Man! You must be brought low, Biker Man. For you are lost, and we are found. Ah! The path, brother. The path. We will show you.
Let me help you up.
I got this.
No, you don't. Get up. Fucking rippers gotta go. It's like they were waiting for me or something. Fuck. I didn't see them, and then they were on me. Okay. Man, don't look at it. Goddamn, I'm serious. Don't look at it. God, don't look at it. Get on the bike. Oh, shit. Go, go.
Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell on this earth forevermore. Said I walk beside the still waters and they restore my soul, but I can't walk on the path of the right because I'm wrong. No, I can't walk on the path of the right 'cause I'm wrong.
What are you doing, kiddo? You really gonna go through with this?
I'm gonna find, and I'm gonna kill every last one of them.
This will be the plague with which the Lord shall strike all men. We are all that's left of a city beyond redemption, fulfilling our sacred duty to free the souls of the damned.
Good to go up here!
Mindset.
That should hold.
Father, forgive us. We shed this blood in the name of mercy.
She says to me, "Grandpa, are you old?" I said, "Yeah, sweetheart, I'm old, and one day you're gonna be as old as me." And this gets her brains all cooking, and she says, "Grandpa, are you gonna die?" And I say, yeah, sweetheart, of course I'm gonna die one day. Well, it's not gonna be today. And finally, she says to me, Grandpa, am I gonna die? Oh, how do you explain a question like that to a kid? So when Halloween rolls around the next year, there she is. Proud as punch, she stands up and she goes, Grandpa, I'm gonna be a pirate. Don't you worry, sweetheart.